Aaron Rodgers, the Packers, NFC Championship game, some decision-making questions we're going to break down. How about some execution questions also? Let's get it going. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, we are breaking down Aaron Rodgers, some decision-making within the game. Obviously, we're going to talk about, but really, we're going to talk more about the execution elements of some of these things. Break down a bunch of different plays within this game. This should be a good one. I don't know about you, but when I saw Aaron come out with the white turtle muff thing, I thought it was bad news. I should have kept one of those. Those things are toasty. All they are is this like crazy thick material at the neck and then like a black fleece vest. Ooh. All right, let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. All right, Aaron Rodgers. Here we go. Third and forever. 3rd and 15. Little dash right out your own end zone. Go drop a 30-yard seed on the sideline. An absolute laser. Check out my man Crosby hitting up the heaters already. I love it. Veteran move. Get out on the edge. Nothing there. 3rd and 15. This is an absolute seed he throws. How does he get there? How did they get there scheme-wise here? Take a quick peek. We're going to get out on the edge. With this little dash, I'm used to being able to set the pocket a little bit. Set the pocket. They're going to try to set the edge, get a little reach here, and we're just going to keep on the move. Do not stop because we can't protect you on the backside. What's going on scheme-wise here? We are running way out of here. A little go route, not a great drawing. From there, we're going to go this little 7-up. So really this ends up being kind of like a follow route. That's where the ball ends up going here. And what he does when he gets to the sideline, he just throws a back shoulder because it's not there. So this is kind of congested. He gets jammed. There's the clear. There's that 7-up. Down the sideline, and then we've got the number 3 coming across in a little out, deep out sail. So a variation, a way to get to some variation of a layers concept on the sideline. Go out and up. That's where the ball ends up going on like that back shoulder on the sideline, and that's a back shoulder 30 yards on the sidelines, y'all. This is not mortal stuff. Again, just the concept down here at the bottom of the screen. See Lazard on the up, out, up, and he's gone. Whoop. To the out. And I mean, that's not there. Where are you supposed to throw the ball on the sideline right there? Look when he decides to let this thing go. Right there, he's pulled the trigger on Lazard at the 25, 26. That's a back shoulder on the sideline through congestion to the middle layered route. Ball location, not an accident. Up on his face, strike. My goodness. Great job protecting the edge, getting downhill, ripping that thing. My goodness. So good. So good. 3rd and 3. Big shot here early in the second quarter. Touchdown up top. We get a little drive concept down here to the bottom. And with an out from Adams and a go on the top. And this is just a strike. This is just great ball, beating better coverage, beating good coverage. Love it. Love the aggressiveness. When it hits, it's amazing. Had an opportunity for this later in the game. Didn't get it to hit. But again, this is taking advantage of your matchups, being accurate down the field, and just throwing an absolute strike right on stride, and then finishing the play. Also love this concept. It gives you a few different options. So we've got our burner up top. We're going with it. That's where the ball ends up going. This is a variation you see, I want to say the Rams run all the time. What I'm used to calling just drive out. So there's the out with Adams trying to get there eventually. Down here, we get a little, what I'm used to calling a burst basic. So we're going to come out here, try to get a rub up into that basic hunt area, and then we're going to get a drive runaway. I think I've done a video on the Rams running this exact play all the time. You read this thing just almost like an alert or 1 up top, 1, 2, 3, and then usually check down, coming back and across this way. So lots of good stuff here. This is a classic 3rd down play in the league. Great job by Aaron hitting that go up top. This is just a beautiful throw more than anything else. If it wasn't there, play out how you'd go through the out by the slot. No. Then we got this pick on the drive route down here to the bottom. Not a lot there. Pretty nice job making that play. That is special. 2 clips so far, 2 pretty special throws. Again, just playing the thing out. Notice how Aaron gets the ball out on time, gives his guy a shot, drops it right down his line. Beautiful. Nice finish as well. But it certainly wasn't all perfectly executed. And this is really the first series I want to pay attention to. This is inside the 10, first and goal. This is Aaron. Looks like changing the play. I didn't go back and watch the press conferences. I don't know what he said exactly. This looks like he changed the play, and they just missed the back shoulder. This, to me, is execution on both ends. Aaron certainly could make a better pass. Adams could certainly catch this ball where it is. They both could have probably executed it better. But to me, that certainly looks like he's changing the play. So, all right, you got the freedom to do that. Let's make it work. And they've made it work all season. I know someone who maybe thought that could be an issue moving forward earlier during the end of the season, but I won't name that person. But just the execution of it right here, I would say, could be able to hook this up, 8, 9 out of 10 times. This is just a back shoulder to one of the best receivers in the game. That's a ridiculous move at the line of scrimmage. Just check his move. Adams down here at the bottom. Whoop! That much space. I mean, Aaron just usually puts that right on him. He catches it, doesn't even fall to the ground. So poor execution, first and goal from the 5 or 6. Again, just going through the mechanics here, you can see he does have the ability to change it up here. And there's always a fine line with quarterbacks. And I don't care what quarterback, whether you're the greatest thrower of all time or you're just in the league or you're just starting out. The ability, the freedom to be able to change the plays here are great when it works. Now, 2nd and 5, we got a little sprint right option. Whoever the receiver is up top, whether it's Lazard or St. Brown, makes an absolute disaster mental error. You can see Aaron and Adams lose his mind right here. Watch both these guys. They know exactly. They're going right back to the wide receiver. Adams especially. You're taking away his touchdown. So we'll talk about it, draw this thing up. They come back and miss the 2-point conversion later on a similar play. It's not exactly the same play as this, and it's hard to know. It could have been exactly the same play that the wide receiver jacked it up so badly. But sprint right option, classic West Coast play. The way that you normally do this, so we're rolling this way. The ball is intended to go right here. So it comes up, shuffle his feet, win right there. Think Tyreek Hill on the 4th down a couple weeks ago. That's where the ball normally goes. Now, there's 2 things you can do up top. What they do on the 2-point conversion is they outside release and run that back line, what I'm used to calling the deep whip, which is really just a comeback conversion inside the red area. You can also run it with a pick, which I think is what they're supposed to get here, where you come in, burst, inside release, come up, and run the corner. So then you settle it and get that basically a rub, best of both worlds. So old school, back here, that's what they do on the 2-point conversion. What I think is supposed to happen here is he's supposed to go here, get the pick, up to the corner. Well, I don't know. I've never seen this. This is like a mini camp miss here where you go under for this type of route. It's this bad ball. Bad execution on a crucial down that cost them 4 points. So again, watching that wide receiver up top. I love moving the background so they don't get a key on the RPOs. But again, this is a disaster. Then watch Adams taking away his picks, taking away his touchdowns. Just poor execution. So 2 plays, 1st and goal, 2nd and goal, poor execution. This is a mental mistake. I bet a lot of money. Again, brutal, tough. 3rd down, 5 from the 5. This is an important one to pay attention to because they come back to this play later in the game as well. I love this play. I've got a lot of experience running this play in the field. Our high school team that I coach will get a chuckle out of this one because we rep this one a lot. They get there a little bit differently with where they put Adams, but this to me is a combination of a few things. It's Aaron being a touch late. If you can get it out on time, I think this has obviously, thanks Captain Obvious for being able to catch it in bounds. But if it's not there, you can get through the read. You don't necessarily have to force it. Now, he has to move a little bit, but I really do think he has just to kind of watch his like triple that right there. Now, it's a beautiful throw, but he doesn't have time to hook it up. So this play, a lot of teams run this play. This is nothing new here with this thing. But normally how it's run is it's a variation off smash. And I know this is not how they do it right here, but this is the essence of it, the bones of it. And then someone comes and takes the middle. So built into these things with these corners, I think they run it from the 3 here. These are usually called jerks, where they come up here. Once it's locked, once it's covered, then they come up underneath. And they really operate as the number 2. So right here, Adams comes from the number 2 here. He comes, fakes that drive or shallow, and then hits the middle. It's a great middle field open red zone play. And so really you go from 1 here to 2 or to 2. And you throw these corners usually versus cover 0 or pressure, but that's the read. And for whatever reason, he's just late here. But it's always interesting to play it out. What do you do if that number 1 wasn't there? Could you get through that read a little bit quicker? Could you be a little bit more efficient in the red area? So let's play it out here. Watch Adams, the number 2 up top to start. Again, love the play call. Right there. I mean, he's got him. You can see that safety up top on that top hash is driving the shallow. Watch him drive that shallow on Adams. Got him. There it is. It's perfect. You just gotta throw that thing earlier. That half hitch late. And I really do think a little bit of the design here going from the number 2 takes it a little bit longer to happen. I'm used to that being run from the number 3. So if it wasn't there, let's say you hesitate on Adams, it's not there, look up top to the jerk. There it is. I mean, granted the guy fell, thanks a lot. But again, play these plays out. You're playing quarterback, learning to play quarterback. The number 1's not there, get to the number 2. That hurts your soul when the number 2 would have walked in. So timing, execution, elements of design. If it's not there, get through the read, forcing it to Adams. I get why you'd want to force it to Adams. You've got some guys letting him down around the perimeter, but right here, you just would love to see him get the ball out right on time. And I know, God, you're being a jerk. He's the greatest ever. Yes, but he also gets coached. Right there, let it rip. You can see that safety drive that shallow. Got him. Oh, now the ball location's a thing of beauty. We talk about it all the time. Back turned, all you're covering is the width of your shoulders, but it's late. Adam runs himself out of the back line. Brutal. 4 points. Tough L. Then here's the pick before half, and this is really a brutal one. I don't have a problem with the decision to throw. The thing that's sickening, maybe, it's always easy in hindsight, being able to go back with the clicker. I get it. But just working matchups here, the tight end to the right, just with where the leverage is. See that linebacker inside so far when they run this 2-man? And this is one that's really hard to swallow for me because this is the logo for us. This is just 4 verts. 2-man, 4 verts. You give yourself an opportunity to win on the seams with little nods. And it's rough because the tight end up top gashes them. So right here, this is where the ball ends up going. I think, make the argument that this guy grabs him a little bit. Not a little bit, grabs him the entire time. But up top, this is a winner, right? So if you would have worked that side, that would have been a big play. When you get 2-man with this play, we talked about this play a number of times on this channel. Obviously, the logo. You get a variation of 2-man. The matchup that most people like to exploit, yes, if you get a winner on the seams, great. But if not, this running an option route versus a linebacker in the league is almost always the best matchup. Now, you got to get out. You can't slow your way into this thing, but get out. And we talked about it a number of times. So let's play this thing out a few times. First, let's watch the interception. A little handsy, a little grabby. They come back and get 23 later in the game. Right there, to me, he's got his hand on his left shoulder, on the wide receiver's right shoulder with his left hand. Right there. Okay, great. Whatever. Up top, check the tight end. Oh, nice route. Now, let's talk the back. Okay, you don't like either of the seams. Back, get out, bro. What are you doing? Get out. And there it is. So, again, I get it. Easy with the clicker. Easy on the comments. Thanks. I got it. Again, just playing this thing out. You can see the leverage there on the tight end. That's the only thing. Sometimes those make it even easier when they get mugged up in the A and the B gaps. But coming from that far in, I don't care how fast you are playing linebacker. That's a tough duty. And he made a nice play. He tipped his hat, and they went out and then obviously made it really kill with the touchdown right before half. This play, to me, is a shallow screen coming from the bottom all the way across. Now, I'm used to running this play most often in zone coverage. I think of this play, and I think of the Sooners. I want to say that, and without ever, I don't know anybody over there, but I'm pretty sure that they prefer to call this versus zone. Normally, when this type of play is called, in my experience, it's with the running back in the backfield. And he comes kind of sneaks through the line of scrimmage to get a pick. This is tough duty coming from this far across the field. Now, granted, disaster happens at the end of the play beyond the scope of the QB school, but pure design-wise, I don't love this. And when I'm saying from the backfield, I'm meaning right here. Normally, this is like through here and then out like this. So it happens just a little bit quicker. The reason why I don't like it here is you got to come all the way across here. Okay, we get it. It's the same thing as a wide receiver shallow cross. But this really isn't two-man. You know, this is more almost like a zero snug. It's not brackets to me because they're not chasing the shallow. They're not cutting. No one's cutting the shallow. I don't know what you would call this play, but this isn't two-man. It's got principles, bones of two-man. But what ends up happening, the ball goes here, but because it's man-to-man and the principles of two-man, so these guys are just hanging here. Everybody else is man-to-man across the board. Adams does a great job taking two. So he ends up, this linebacker is man right here on the back. He is picked immediately. Well, normally with this type of screen, the reason why you like it versus zone is because you go block somebody who's not in the zone. It takes a while. You go run and block these guys downfield. You don't necessarily have to run off people that have you man-to-man. So when they come off and they're just coming off and like setting picks here, nobody has this safety. In a perfect world, if you knew it was man-to-man and you were calling this for man-to-man, everybody would go block the guy who's inside. So it would be either here or here. Here or all the way across. You wouldn't just come up and block your own guy. And so that's really the design part of it for me, the timing of this. 3rd and 3 to 4, you're calling this 4-man. You're going to get some variation of man. You can see them coming across, you know, who are they trying to pick here? If anybody up top goes and blocks that safety up top, this thing is a hit. I mean, it's an obvious pick down here at the bottom with Adams. What the other receivers are doing, I can't tell you. And then it's a great play, hit on the ball, etc. But the design, I'm not in love with. Again, timing of the call, they obviously wanted it versus man. I think if you're going to do it versus man, you got to make sure you go on to block the safeties, not the people who have you man-to-man. Really, the guys on the front side didn't block anybody. Scoop and score. Goodness. That's tough. That's a brutal turnover. So, halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications, lets you know when we go live, when we put out new content. I very much appreciate the support for the channel. Not quite ready for that kind of commitment. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button, give us a like for this video, get engaged, put a comment in the comments. I'll do my best to get back to as many as I possibly can. Also, if you're interested in learning a lot more about coverages, specifically, we talk a lot about two-man, cover 7, some brackets, some red zone coverages. Check out the Quarterback School course, How to Beat Every Coverage. It is a big one, but if you dig ball, trying to get better, you will love it. Get over there, check it out. Thank you so much for the support. Let's keep this video going. 1st and 10, this was a great design. You go from a weird design to a great design. Basically go to a 4x1 fake bubble. Get to the bones of 4 verticals out of 3x1. What do I mean by that? A little hole shot there. This is an absolute strike. He makes throws occasionally like this where you just kind of marvel and think these are video game type throws. This is excellent design. I love when they move the back. Don't let the defense get a key on what you got going in the run game. But this is a great way to take advantage. We talked about it already. Getting the back the ball down the field a little bit. So design-wise here, as soon as he jumps over, I'll pause it. This is just 4 verticals. Well, 4 verticals. What are you talking about? It's the principles of 4 verticals right here. So we're going to go, I think it's fake bubble here. And then we're going to fake block. We're up the seam hole shot. That's where the ball ends up going. Here's what normally people would refer to as the special route. And then the seam, it comes from the backfield. Now he never gets there. He gets kind of collisioned by the 2nd level defender right here. But again, this thing is a beautiful design. So collision here, you'd love maybe take a shot here versus middle field open, especially with the big dog up top. You probably think you're going to get some double team up top. Got a great opportunity for middle hole shot. And then when the ball ends up going, side hole shot. But again, just great design off a little fake bubble. Really cool way to get to the 4 verticals. Again, a bit, this read from the inside out, reading the tight end down the middle. No. The back from the backfield down the seam. Taking too long. Hole shot, yes. Look when he lets this thing go. Great job with his eyes looking left. Hits that back foot. There it is. Beautiful. Nice anticipation. right on stride, just an absolute strike. This is what people are talking about when you talk about ridiculous arm talent. Again, just playing the position at a really high level, eyes to the left, throwing a hole shot to the right, coupled with great design, getting the ball out on time, all his black cleats in the ground, ripping it. Just beautiful. A thing of beauty. 1st and 8, red area. They put on a mesh clinic. You know, I'm not a mesh guru by any means, but they did it a number of times until they didn't. Kind of got sacked late in the game on a 3rd down on a mesh. But this is one example. Just can't handle it. You're going to play zone drop, spot dropping stuff. Meshes each up. Deep hook right over the ball. Again, we'll go through the read here from the wide again. But great job being able to, Aaron, to basically go 1 to 2 to 3 as quickly as you can. All nice, coupled together. And they run what they run, and they get good at it. And that's just too easy. Too easy. You're going to zone drop like that. He's going to eat you up in this area of the field. Pure design. Again, there's so many different ways to go find out about this concept that are better than what I'm ever going to be able to talk about. But right here, this is the wheel or rail down the sideline. We're going to get the mesh here. That's the mesh. Run out of it this way, run out of it this way, and then we're going to get the deep hook over the ball. Too easy. Let's go. Find a way. They do a great job executing it here and being able to turn it into 6. And they do a great job executing it for the vast majority of this game. It was a little mini NFL mesh clinic. Again, until that last sack. Again, you can see no to the rail down here to the bottom. Great. Too many dudes. Adams coming across. No. Tight end, deep hook, yes. Middle hook, touchdown. 8K. Here we go. Again, just the tempo of it from within the pocket for Aaron. Being able to sort it out. Read tethered to the footwork. 1, 2, 3. Whew. Wow. 3rd and 2 here. Next series down, slant to Adams. Okay, so you don't want to go zone dropper. Let's heat him up with 0. 3rd and 2. This is as easy as it gets. Slant, touchdown, Adams, no chance. Poor corner slips, eaten up. 0, got to have inside leverage. Just live with the fade. Back shoulder, but can't get beat across your face like that on a slant. And that's just too damn easy. They're going to have essentially 8 in the box here. Heat you up with 0. Have a peeler on the back. They're just running straight dragon here. This is slants and flats. See what the tight end does, if they keep the tight end in or not. Looks like Aaron is able to get into the play that he wants here. Again, it's great when it works, right? 6-person protection with the tight end in at the line of scrimmage. They'll bring in 8 with a peeler. Too easy. Really nice execution. Again, you can see right here, he's telling that tight end, we're changing the pass pro. He pops up. There it is. I feel like that might be a penalty. Somebody let me know. Can you go from your hand down to hand up? Nice. Then this comes back to the 2-point conversion. Into the 3rd quarter. This would have been a massive one. We've already talked about it. Sprint right option. This time it is St. Brown. And the only thing I'll say, I'll draw this up just because I'm a little old school and have experience with this play. If the flat isn't there, so that first option to Adams isn't there, normally it's taught that when you get to the pylon, you take 2 steps up and go back, little scramble rules, which obviously he wouldn't have got there here. You obviously have to catch the ball. Thanks again. But just if you run this play or you run this play wherever, if you're a wide receiver or a quarterback, this thing is kind of like spacing to me. It's not my favorite play in the world. And we've already talked about this whip on the back line. You got to catch this thing, right? It's 1 to the flat here, 1 to the flat here, 2 to this back whip. Now, the only thing I will add to this is when you get out here, and this isn't there, okay? So it's not there. The back whip is not there too. Normally, when you get to the front pylon here, you want to teach this flat runner to turn his back, take 2 steps, and then come to the front pylon. And that's really number 3. So it's 1, 2, 3 to the front pylon. And you can see here, Adams doesn't do that. And for all I know, they don't teach it anymore. But that's certainly how we used to teach it. So no to the flat right there. Adams, come back to that front pylon. You can see he doesn't right there. You can see it kind of would be there too. Aaron wouldn't have got there because the number 2 is there. But right when you get to that front pylon, turn up and then come back to that front pylon. Just a tough drop. Again, I know that there are certainly some decisions that are worthy of conversation in this game, but there were absolutely execution errors in the tight red area. Again, nice job by Aaron getting out on the edge. Just so consistent, being able to break the pocket to the right and create plays. Next one, this is a second and short. We're hitting the number 3 down the middle of the field on the special or middle field read. Again, really similar to the play that got picked. Same guy, I think, 23. Different receiver, but great job being able to see it, take advantage of that middle hold area versus any sort of open coverage. And Aaron has been doing this forever. Subtle things that I love are just his eye manipulation. We're holding that safety to the right. Eye look off, being able to come back and drop an absolute dime right down the middle of the field. So again, this is things that everybody does at every level. The problem is guys don't have the accuracy to do this consistently. So there's that, however they get to the middle of the field. Anytime you get 2 split safeties, you're going to have this opportunity, especially versus inside leverage. Things to pay attention to, Aaron-wise, it's even better from the backside. Eyes this way, gets the ball out on time, ball location. Accuracy, strike, all sorts of good stuff all over the place. Getting that route down the middle. There it is, inside leverage. Take the pipe. Beautiful. Again, back turned. It's the exact same throw he thought he was going to get on the pick. So that's the league. You make the throw, the exact same throw later in the game versus the exact same guy, and it's a big play. Again, just look at the subtle little eye manipulation. See that helmet stripe? Looking to the right. Hold that safety. Come back, rip it. On time. Beautiful ball. That's the same throw. Then this is where it comes down to, again, inside the 10, tight red area, execution. So for me, this is one of the things I talked about earlier on a video, potentially with some issues. This is an RPO. Aaron is changing what is happening on the perimeter with a signal. It is great when it works. You can see his and right there to his ear. He's changing what they're doing out on the perimeter. They run this little, what I'm used to calling a spear or arrow screen a bunch, and have run it a bunch in their RPO game. They have a bunch of different ways to get Adams the ball in this RPO game. So normally it's there, and we're blocking, and we're blocking. A lot of teams run this. College teams run this. The play off this is, I think Alabama did a variation of it in the college playoff, where you come out here, fake this, and then you hit these slants. Fake this, hit the wheel or the go. Well, he's anticipating, Aaron, fake this slant right here. My man Lazard has no idea it's coming. So whether it's communication breakdown, whether it's changing the plays at the line of scrimmage, something is deficient. And then the execution lets him down. But this is an RPO. This is a run. Look at the center. It's not a question. You know, who he's reading per se in the RPO, I can't tell you. Now, is it there? Yeah. It's a good call. I mean, damn, he ducks. That's always a bad sign. The only thing that would have been worse is if it would have hit him in the ear. My goodness. Ducking for touchdowns. So, execution, communication, freedom at the line of scrimmage. It's great when it works. It really is. It's a thing of beauty when it works. When it doesn't, not great. Not great, Bob. Second and goal, a little double post. To me, this is one of those ones where, again, Aaron's just a tick late inside the 10. And that's just being honest about the timing of this play for me. This is a variation of double post up top with me. Again, right there, let it go. He sees the hole, and I get it. You playing quarterback, sometimes these things flash. And he gets there eventually, but again, it's late on the back line for Adams. So what's going on here? This is a beautiful kind of bracket buster, red coverage beater, whether you call this red quarters, red 7, whatever you want to call it. What you want to do here, essentially, is this is man-to-man. And then it's basically 3/2 for these two. They do a great job here of running the 3 vertical, and then it's essentially, at the end of the day, it is man-to-man with outside leverage on a post. I mean, it's perfect. This is the concept that you want. Now, how they get there, beautiful job. This ball needs to come out on time, in rhythm. Back foot hit, throw it to the post, to Adams. Great job by the number 3 up top, running around that Mike linebacker to capture the vertical number 3 of the safety. And then that is just one-on-one with the nickel. Unfortunate that he sees that kind of hole flash right where he's reading. But if this ball comes out on time, I think they've got a great opportunity for a touchdown. And there's no pressure issues. Now, he's dealing with pressure issues all night. Don't get me wrong. But this is one of those things that it just flashes. If he plays that play out from within the pocket, got a shot. Shoot, he had a shot right there. Then 3rd and 8. Now, here's the play we've already talked about. Exact same play. Talked about earlier with the smash and the jerks. With that kind of middle choice read by Adams. Again, unfortunate with what's going on with Aaron's eyes here more than anything else. He really has that choice when he starts moving, but his eyes are on Lazard. Again, that middle, it's going to be tough right there. Right there, you can see, we'll watch it again here. He's takes his eyes, when he goes to move, the right tackle takes an L with a little stunt. When he goes to move, right here, his eyes are now off Adams. If his eyes are on Adams, he throws it at between the E and the N, and that's a touchdown. But right there, he's going to throw that thing to 13. No, then he comes back to Adams, and he's late. Now, could he run it? Whatever. Easy to see with the clicker. But again, for me, the execution of this thing, I like this play call. I don't like it when Adams is the number 2, just because I think it takes too long to get to the middle area, because I think that he's had the jerks both times. So no to Adams right there, yes to the jerk. You can see outside, 13, the number 1 receiver. No Adams, yes jerk. The jerk happens a little fast for me. But that's the timing of it. One more time in case you're late and we forgot how we did this before. We've got corner, smash. Corner, smash. There it is. Now the jerks come in here with the ins. You can go in and out. If somebody's inside, nobody's inside, you take the jerk in. Here's that middle choice thing. Come out here, try to split this. That's a little far out for this for me, personally, for this play call. It's a little far out. This is a little bit more of like a 5 and in type play. But because he's coming from the number 2, it takes too long to get in here, and now he misses the jerk. So to me, again, this is the second time they've run it. Could have gotten it here earlier for a touchdown. Late. Here again, he's late here, and this is a touchdown again. So whether they're communicating this on the sidelines, whether someone's in his ear, you can see that, oh man, that is just frustrating. Just get through the read just a touch quicker. And really, the execution within the 10 and in was really what let Green Bay down. More than any decision making, more than any, obviously could have given him an opportunity late in the game for another play. But all game, it was a struggle. Besides for the mesh and the slant versus zero, when they played coverage, tough. So that is a wrap. Aaron Rodgers obviously made some really special plays in this game. Now, the decision making, I think, has been pretty well established at this point as far as giving him another shot on 4th down. But the execution within the 10 was a struggle. Now, why is probably for the offseason. But at least the evidence within the film can show execution breakdowns, probably some systemic breakdowns, some communication breakdowns. Lots of things didn't go their way from the 10 and in. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.